Front office football collects a vast amount of information about your football universe. One of the ways, as we've seen, we can access it is through the almanac. Another way is through the film room and Solevision, and these can be found on the simulation menu. The film room is something that you can visit before a game, and in this case, we're looking at Oakland because our next opponent is Oakland, and we can look at their tendencies in each of their previous games this season. So if we want to see how they did against Baltimore, we can look and see what they tended to do in each situation. Like on third down and 4 to 7 yards to go, they tended to go with 104 personnel and they ran 3 times. Or they didn't run at all and they passed 3 times. We can see what they did on 1st and 10. They ran a lot of 212 personnel and it was pretty much 50-50. We can use this information when we're constructing our game plan. We can really look at any film from any team, but it's most useful when we're looking at our next opponent. Solevision is a past record of any game ever played, and in this case we can load tape from an individual week. You can go back to 2015 week 4, open it up, and essentially it's a radio of all the games that were played during that day. So we have the play-by-play, and in this case it starts on one channel, and over time we get statistics about each game that appear up here, notable, and they can appear from any game. We get lists of how things are going during as the game progresses, so we can see every team in the league is playing except for I guess 4 teams are on the bye, and we can see so far who's doing well in passing yardage, rushing yardage. We can make this go as fast as we want. Right now we're looking at the Arizona-Green Bay game. We can all of a sudden switch over to Channel 6 and see how Kansas City and Baltimore are doing. And it's just a way to see games progress statistically and kind of build an excitement about your league. You can look at the box score from any game as it's going on. Here we have New York and New Orleans tied at nothing in the first quarter. We see the statistics so far. We can look at a log of any game. Let's see, we got Jacksonville leading New Jersey here 7-0. Here we see Jacksonville's touchdown, Dan Orlovsky's pass to Justin Blackmon. And we can make this go really fast, and games will quickly advance just as they would if you were looking at the play-by-play of your game alone. Again, we can put some strain on it, make it switch. Here we got it, Philadelphia leading Atlanta. And in all, it's a really good way to experience an entire week's worth of games at once, especially if you're not doing the play-by-play simulation yourself for your team. Again, here we see San Francisco's way ahead of Chicago in the 4th quarter. That one's almost over. And see the games are ending here, and then when the final game is over, our simulation will end, and we can leave the simulation, and we've just experienced that week's worth of games.